It's super different. I'm telling you. I remember I was so excited when I was flying out, and I just wanted to talk to. I was in contacting mode, trying to talk to people, and as we were flying out of Utah, there were already Mormons on the plane. So it turns out the guy I was sitting next to, it took him like an hour to finally tell me that he was a member. But I was like, okay, whatever. But I remember it was great because when I got out there, I was expecting the whole stateside experience. I was like, hey, I'm going to be in the States, you know, yada yada, and I'll just be by Walmart and all this stuff that I'm used to. But when I rolled up, it was little Mexico. I mean, I've been to Mexico once before. Then I went to Tijuana, and I remember it was just like that. The streets, I was in South Dallas, is where I got transferred to first, and so you know, I was expecting the whole, you know, dinner with members things and all that deal, and just kind of what I was used to, missionaries in my ward. But we roll up there, and I'm in this. I got put in this area that it was such a ghetto area. The Oak Cliff place it's called Oak Cliff, and so and yeah, I just remember it was trashed. There was stuff everywhere. I mean, you have dogs running loose. It was just like Mexico. And I mean, as far as dinners went, it wasn't like we just met up with members. I remember there were people that we were teaching, and we'd go talk to them. And just like most of the stories about your first time in the mission field, I was supposed to be speaking Spanish. Spent 9 weeks at the MTC learning, and yeah, I show up and didn't remember a word. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and yeah, it was really interesting. Just the whole deal. I remember we were teaching this lady that she had just gotten baptized before I got there, and sweet lady. She was this cook. She was one of those ones that would set up those little taco stands on the side of the street, and that was where she made her money. And so she would try and she just spoke so fast, and everything was going in one ear and out the other. And she had these kids. Oh man, they were so loud. I just remember I had no idea what was going on. And so, and you have these kids running around, they're speaking Spanish, going crazy, and you have the lady, she's all talking. And so my trainer, he's trying to help me out. And so then the lady, as she just had it up to here with her kids, she was done. And she's like, Elder, dame su cinto. And I was like, and I'm sitting there the whole time. I had no idea what she was talking about the whole time. And then she just finally directs something at me. And so I was even more blank. And she said again, Elder, dame su cinto. And I look at my companion. I was like, what's she trying to say? It was like, Elder, you better give her your belt. I think it was actually, I don't know if it was this belt, but yeah, so I take it off and everything. And so she takes it, and she picks up her 2-year-old that he's running around, he's screaming, and she takes the metal part and she just starts beating him with it. It wasn't even like the whip side, it was the metal part. I was like, dude, is this even legal? But it was basically Mexico. So that's when I knew that I was in the States, but in a sense, wasn't really. So that was one of those reality checks where I was like, well, you're somewhere else. And I remember we knocked in this apartment complex where there was a tortilla factory right next to it. So it always smelled like tortillas. It was just a completely different culture. And so I was really excited. I loved that first week. Just remember, it was the hype of being a missionary. It was so much fun.